Absolutely. Email from Erin. We have a very old system. My grandfather dug our well. They're probably very loyal to this grandfather, Allison. My grandfather dug the well. I'm not about to abandon it. My grandfather dug our well, and I'm pretty sure it was never up to any codes. Thanks, Grandpa. Should I
Yeah.
have dug? Should I have dug it up, or can I replace it with a new one? What do you do with old wells? Dig them up, replace them?
I've had both. I've had both things happen. Like I mentioned earlier, we had in Webster County passed a new ordinance. One of the things, aside from having the well tested, is if that the well on a property isn't up to current code, it has to be renovated. People weren't too thrilled about it or aren't when they're selling because it's a cost that they have to do. But at the end of the day, it's all about keeping safe. So I would say if you don't have an up to code well that has casing all the way down, I would really consider either having a new one dug or having it renovated. And that's something that the well contractors, they know really right away by looking at a well. At least my guys here do. They could tell you if they need a new one or if they can fix it right away. But I've had
What
both happen.
What about price? What if you're a poor farmer that's a subsistence farmer that's barely making ends meet? Then you're afraid of telling
Mhm.
anybody. They tell your guys and they say fix it. Then they're going to have to pay for it. Maybe they can't afford it. What actually are real life scenarios here?
I know like one for today before I hopped on here, I was doing some just entering paperwork and I had a well that was recently renovated. The person moved, somebody bought the house, their well wasn't up to code, so they had to do it. And I think theirs cost just under $2,000. But as before I mentioned with the grants to counties, um, we there is an option in there to be reimbursed funds to assist with that cost. So like this person, it costs about I think 2 grand. He's getting $1,000 reimbursement. So that is there to help them. And I don't know when the last time those reimbursement dollars were altered, with everything going up in price. Um, but we do keep track of the actual cost versus what's reimbursed, so that way it's something that the state can always reevaluate if we need to offer more.
And maybe a break because it's
Hmm.
in the state's best interest.
Hmm.
I have to say, these emailers today are unbelievable. We are very, very, I have to praise our listeners. They're very careful. And you're not just a great guest, these emails. Email from Christine. We are moving to a rural area. It'd be my first house with a well. What kind of questions should I ask about the well when I buy the house?
I would ask when was the last time it was tested and what the contaminants were. And really, having the well tested is the only way you're going to know what those contaminants are. I would ask that. I would ask when the well was dug, when was the well treated? Is it being consistently treated? Was it a homeowner that, had their well shocked every 6 months or every year? Yeah, those are the kinds of questions